leaders, and she's in 13th position. And look at this 1-2-3 battle. Some great action going on up front with Franchitti in the 10, Power in the 12, Kanaan in the 82.
Interesting on the restart, Franchitti's car comes in really quickly. It takes about a lap or two before Will Power's car comes in, and I almost think that Tony Kanaan right now might be the fastest out of the three.
Rick, you've got an update on Tony Kanaan?
Yeah, he said very little about the car. In fact, the only thing he said about the car so far in terms of how it's working is he said good at one point on the radio. But in talking about the way things have been going with the team this weekend, I mentioned that their expectations were just to try to do well. Now they're trying to compete for the victory. One of the things that Tony Kanaan was saying with the new engineer, Mike Cannon, Tony kept wanting to make changes. However, Mike kept talking him out of him. And he finally had to go, okay, Mike, you're the engineer. We'll do it your way. And so far, it's working.
Well, Tony's never won here, but he's finished second back in 05, and then 3 straight years he finished third, 06, 07, and 08. His worst finish was last year, and it was still a top 10.
You know, when you have the engineers on the team, Marty, and top engineers like Mike Cannon, sometimes you need to be a driver. Sometimes you need to come in and report what the car is doing, whether it's understeering, oversteering, divide the turn up into phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Tell the engineer what it does in all 3 phases of the turn. Be very descriptive. Certainly you can add in whether you think the shocks need adjusting on bump or rebound, what you might think was springs. But sometimes you just need to tell the information to the engineer, let him go in there and look at all the data that they collect, and then he comes out with what he feels would be an improvement on the car. Sometimes it's best to put yourself into the car, put the belts on, put your helmet on, and drive. And
Franchitti is starting to open up a little bit of ground over second place Will Power as they come down the front straightaway. Behind those 3, it's Di Silvestro in 4th, Alex Tagliani 5th, and Rafa Matos in 6th. All right, let's take a lap around this 1.8 mile circuit, the Izod Speed Zone.
Good split 1. Is there anywhere else I can help you?
Coming through turn 9 there as you're on board with Will Power.
This is through the kink area, 4th up through 5th gear, up to 150 miles an hour down in the section, back down to 2nd gear. This is the area that's caused a lot of problems for a lot of drivers. This fast right-left hand, 140 miles an hour taken in 5th gear, hard on the brakes. Difficult there because the car is still really under anger. It's really twisted up as you're trying to come off. Going into 13, you have to make sure before you apply the brakes that the car is straight.
You know, we were talking about the red and black combination. Of the top 10, only Tony Kanaan and J.R. Hildebrand in 10th are running the alternate softer compound reds. Everybody else in black.
And you know, we talked about the softer tires, the red sidewall. Those tires, as we mentioned, do have more grip. They will give you a lot more speed around the race course, but they do have the possibility of falling off. And what we say that we're talking about the car starting to lose its grip. You might get 30 to 34 laps under fuel here. Well, a lot of drivers last year complained that the tires were starting to fall off after 26 to 28 laps and dramatically fall off in speed. And so now a lot of people that are running these black standard sidewall tires, maybe a little less speed, but they will look to see if the tires will stay underneath them for the full fuel run.
Firestone telemetry, as you can see him working up through the gears, and oh man, you go so close to that wall. And as we pointed out, 2 of the best have hit that wall in turn 11, Dario Franchitti and Sebastian Bourdais.
Now, Marty, I say this to you, but it's fun for a driver to go and challenge the wall every time you go through there. It becomes really just an exercise of trying to make yourself perfect. And again, as we watch the Firestone telemetry, back down to about 60 miles an hour usually, back on the gas. Watch how quickly the speeds go up here. Usually full on the throttle. Now, Will Power the other day was flat from turn 1 all the way through turn 4. This tells me now that he's feathering the throttle in places. He's not having the ability to put the power down on the car.
Challenge the wall. Sounds like it's come from a guy who's hit it too many times.
That is true.
Hey, Wednesday, April 13th, catch the series premiere of ABC's Happy Endings. When life throws you a curve, hold on tight to the people you love. It's a special premiere of ABC's Happy Endings, Wednesday, April 13th at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. It's after Modern Family. Let's get an update on Will Power running in second place. Jamie Little.
Well, his team telling him right now, save fuel for us, but don't lose sight of Dario. Scott Goodyear, as a former driver yourself, how difficult is that?
Well, that's sometimes when you want to turn the radio off, Jamie. Unfortunately, they put the radio out of reach of the drivers inside the cockpit. So you understand the instructions and saving fuel. You can do that by turning back the knob on the steering wheel from being standard full fuel and leaning it out. Now, there's another way to do it, and that's up to the drivers. And some drivers like Dario Franchitti are just masters of that, and that's squeezing the throttle, coming out of the turns, rolling into the turns, letting the car carry speed through the turns without using the brake too much, and just trying to keep the car up to speed through the turns. Some guys are very good at it. Will Power's another one, but it's very difficult when somebody tells you on the radio, hey, let's just slow up just a little bit.
Well, we just passed halfway as 50 down, 50 to go here at the Honda Grand Prix of St. Petersburg with Dario Franchitti. He's led 46 of those 50 laps.
Welcome to the Van Heusen Institute of Style. You may come as schlubs, but you will leave with swagger. Exhibit A. This guy's a list of fashion fumbles. Nothing fits. Khakis to work, and he left it open over the middle? What a schlub. Exhibit B.
And B is for beautiful.
Man, this is style in motion.
That's beautiful.
Picks a perfect pattern. It's a great combination. And that's a playmaker. Style is a statement, gentlemen, and a statement we will make.
That's beautiful, man.
This year, I was selected as a hometown hero to come down here and represent the National Guard, and it's just been a great experience, an incredible pleasure.
It's kind of a dream come true, you know what I mean?
The line is much longer for the hero than it is for the drivers.
If we get 15 seconds of fame, this is the best place to have it.
The commitment that they make is so much far superior than anything we could ever do to honor them.
This week's hometown hero.
What if every Wednesday you got happy endings?
Dude, aren't we a little old for toys? It says ages 8 and up. That's us.
Wednesday, April 13th.
I signed us up for a cooking class.
Great. 2 single ladies out on a Friday night.
Shopping stuff. Whisking. Yay.
Meet 6 best friends with all kinds of benefits.
Did she say the sex was bad?
Every relationship has ups and downs, sweetie.
I just always thought it was her fault.
ABC's Happy Endings special series premiere Wednesday, April 13th after Modern Family on ABC.
Back here at the Honda Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, you're looking at race leader Dario Franchitti. His lead over Will Power is 1 second. There goes Will in the 12. Right behind him is third place Tony Kanaan, who is 1.6 seconds behind. There you see him in the Geico 82. Now we drop back a little bit further because Simona Di Silvestro has fallen back about 3 seconds behind Tony. She is running in that 4th position. Still a great run for her here at her second time at St. Petersburg. And as we get ready to go up to speed, let's check in on 5th place, which is Alex Tagliani and Rick DeBrule.
And Alex Tagliani telling the team the car's a little loose, but so far he doesn't want to make any changes. The big change for him, though, this season is that he's now an employee. Sam Schmidt Motorsports bought the team. As a result, he stepped away from the owner's role. He says he likes being a driver. It's just having to concentrate on that and not all the other stuff. Remember, last year he finished 6th. So far, he's 1 spot better. Vince?
Well, and Scott documented earlier the situation with Rafa Matos, how he found out he lost his ride with the Farron on the same day that his father passed. This season has special meaning for Rafa Matos, and it also has special meaning because he's reunited with Gary Peterson, the car owner. He won the Indy Lights title with Peterson in 2008, and they are very excited about their race car so far here in the early going. Remember, he did not test. The first time he was in this car was on Friday when practice got underway. And Takuma Sato had such a learning experience of the season a year ago in his first season in the Eyes Out Indycar Series. He says, I expect it to be much better in 2011. We're certainly seeing that here in the early going of this race at St. Petersburg. He's benefited from Tony Kanaan's presence in just 1 week with Kanaan with the team. Rick?
Justin Wilson right behind him. The big news for Justin Wilson is for the first time He's going into a team for the second year with no changes. Same team, same staff, same Larry Curry up on the wall calling the shots. He says it's been a massive comfort zone coming into this race, knowing he wasn't having to reinvent everything. He's done well this weekend. He's been nibbling away. Remember, he had a good finish in second last year. The question is, can he try to squeeze up? He's got a few more positions to go, but again, they're very comfortable. Vince?
Running in ninth is the 02 of Oriol Servia, running for Newman Haas. Their worst session the entire weekend was qualifying. That's why they